This month marks the 40th anniversary of the OPEC oil embargo against the United States. Gas shortages forced Americans to wait hours to fill up their tanks. But now America is the world's largest producer of natural gas and oil, the reason a boom in production from vast shale rock formations. John Hofmeister is the former president of Shale Oil America. We're pleased to have him here. Everybody talks about this, the impact it'll have on the country and it'll have both economically and national security-wise. How is it a game changer?
Well, it's a game changer in the same way that the smartphone was a game changer. The technology that has been brought to bear under the earth in all these shale formations does for the creation of molecules and the use of those molecules what the smartphone does for communications. It's an amazing technological wonder what's happening in the wells. So intelligence, electronics, all kinds of sensing equipment, all kinds of devices that are used now, which didn't exist even 10 years ago, 7 years ago. And so the last 5 years has been a remarkable turnaround in the industry. It's helped the economy, and we could go much further than we've gone thus far.
And we heard earlier that we've surpassed Russia when it comes to natural gas production. Is that exciting to you, surprising to you?
Absolutely, because I maintain, and I have for years, that by the middle of the decade, the world's going to be short of oil. It's so difficult to produce oil in some of the new reservoirs, whether that's Brazil, whether that's East Africa, Arctic Ocean, et cetera, that we're relying on old reservoirs which are declining. And China's increased demand for oil, India's increased demand for oil, there's not going to be enough global oil. Now, it's great that we can produce more in this country, but we're still vulnerable. We still import 7 million barrels a day. And so we're vulnerable to that extent.
I know you say we are still vulnerable and we should not become complacent in this, but we are becoming less dependent on foreign oil. That is a good thing, right?
It is a very good thing. We could get off of foreign oil completely if we would convert the natural gas that we're finding into transportation fuel.
Completely?
Completely, other than Canada and Mexico. We wouldn't need oil from anywhere if we would convert natural gas to a transportation fuel using flex fuel engines. We can make methanol to add with ethanol into gasoline.
That's for cars and trucks.
Cars and trucks.
Okay. Then why aren't we doing that, John?
Well, we need some government enablers.
Yeah, why aren't we doing it?
There are currently regulations that only make legitimate transportation fuel out of ethanol and gasoline. We need government approval from the EPA to increase or to use methanol as another fuel, and we need more flex fuel engines in vehicles to make that possible as well.
And instead, government is doing what?
Well, they're really doing nothing. They're arguing whether we have enough money to spend.
Yeah.
There's also this question, when we run out of oil, how fast are alternative sources coming on track, and will they be priced efficient?
They will be actually more affordable than oil. That's the beauty of natural gas. There's so much of it that we're still stuck with OPEC.
Okay, but I mean
setting the
beyond
price
that,
of oil.
sun and solar, and also
frankly,
wind.
My view of the alternatives, the renewables, we need better technology to capture more of the energy. So solar in particular doesn't capture enough energy from the sun with today's technology.
And those of us who stood in that gas line back in 1973, I remember that very vividly. Can you see that happening to us again?
I can. By the middle of the decade, 2016, 2017, because we just don't have enough oil. We've got to get on the natural gas shift sooner, or we'll do it because of the crisis that we face.
And we'll continue to follow this story. John Hofmeister, great to see you. Thank you so much.